is culturally inappropriate.
Ballerinas doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe.
Absolutely finished. Just waiting on a feature.
Okay.
Just waiting on the feature, bro. Just waiting on the feature.
So you know who you are.
It's been since 2009 since the Clips dropped an album. This is going to be their fourth album, Let God Sort Them Out. I've been listening to the single Ace Trumpets a lot. And I kind of wanted to give, I guess, a few predictions and thoughts about, the album that's coming out here in July, on July 11th. Hopefully it doesn't get pushed back. I will say, since the song is still fairly new and we still have at least another month until the album officially releases, I do think that we will get either a second single or at least a video for Ace Trumpets. Now, when it comes to Ace Trumpets, I'll just say this. I know Pharell and Chad they've been having their back and forth and whatnot, and technically, if they're not together, these aren't Neptune's beats. These are just Pharrell Williams beats, and Pharrell is a fine producer. Like, Pharrell in hip-hop is probably top 5. The Neptunes as a group, producers in all genres of music, probably top 2. So that kind of skews my opinion on the production of this song. I can honestly say I'm not the biggest fan of the production. I'm not gonna lie. It's too flat. It sounds kind of like a stripped down, like, D- version of Drug Dealers Anonymous. It's just like completely stripped down and it's just lacking a lot of soul, I think. And off of the production, No Malice, he hasn't rapped like this in a long time. So I'm glad to hear that his pen is still working at a high level. I guess if we can talk about, like, features, I know they have I think there's only like 13 songs that they're going to put out. They haven't put like any of the features listed. So if I was to name some of the features that I would like, I'm going to start with Armani Caesar. I know that's kind of out of left field. She's not a, well-known rapper. But I've kind of been on this streak where, not a streak, but I've been kind of on this vibe where I want to hear more feminine voices on, like, super hard beats and raps. And she is from Griselda, and I think she could probably fit nicely, especially if Pharrell is able to give something a little bit lighter with a little bit more feeling to it. Armani Caesar's good enough to hang with Push and No Malice. Maybe not be as good as them, but she's definitely, if she can hang with Griselda, she can hang with the Clips. And I think the obvious features that people want are Jay-Z and Kendrick. Like, Push is rap with Kendrick. Jay-Z is obviously rap with Push, like, a lot, and they put out, like, classics together. So to have the Clips together as a whole with Jay-Z on a song or Kendrick, that could be historic. Now, as far as the features that we're probably going to get, it'll probably be one of the men from Griselda, whether it be like, Benny or Conway, Westside, Stove God, any of those guys. I think we'll probably get something from them. I think Pharrell's going to have a feature, whether it be on a hook or a chorus, or he decides to write a 16. He's been featured on every Clips album from the jump, so it would make complete sense for him to be featured on this album. And Rick Ross, it feels like a layup. It almost feels lazy to have Rick Ross as a feature, but I feel like that's what we're gonna get. When it comes to, like, hot takes about this album, I don't think that we're gonna get any shots or any subs at Drake. Like, I think Drake is not gonna be mentioned at all. There's not gonna be any allusions to him or anything. It's just gonna be just straight cocaine bars and drug dealing raps, which is totally, completely fine with me. I think the production, if we're going to rank the things that we're going to get from this album, whether it be features, Pusha T's bars, Malice's bars, the production, the features, the artwork, the videos, the visuals, anything, I think that the weakest part of this project is going to be the production. I think that's going to be the thing that kind of, it's not going to drag it down to where people think it's trash, because Pharrell is obviously a phenomenal producer. I just think that people are going to, when people have their critiques about this album, the biggest critique is going to be about the production. And my last, quote unquote hot take is there's not going to be any radio friendly songs or any like female records, like songs for the ladies or whatever. Like, I don't think there's going to be any of that. I think it's just going to be just a really dark album. But like I said, this album, it's dropping in July. The fourth album from the Clips. They haven't dropped an album together since 2009, which is crazy. Like, this, I don't think this is going to change anything about their legacy. I still think I think they're the second best rap duo behind Outkast, like, all time. So I don't think this album is going to change that. I'm still very, very, very excited to listen to this. I think it's going to be in the contender for Rap Album of the Year. And yeah, Clips, when it comes to the bars, I think they're going to show up. Hopefully Pharrell shows up. Let me know in the comments what you guys are looking forward to with this album. And am I overreacting about the Pharrell production and the lack of Chad being there? Let me know. Like the video, subscribe. I'll see you guys when the album drops. Peace.
Thanks for watching, babe. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel.